What's up, BNL Squad?
So today we are going to be doing the Never Have I Ever challenge, and we have questions on my phone, so we're going to be reading them out and answering them.
Never have I ever cheated on someone.
Never.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Like I say, I'm probably the most loyal man anyone will ever meet.
Okay, question number 2. What was that?
What's up?
Question 2. Never have I ever peed in a public pool.
I'll tell you right now. Almost every pool I've ever been to, I probably peed in.
I have.
That's disgusting.
Oh, stop. You've done it too.
But I do it with confidence, with sympathy. If I gotta go, I gotta go. You feel me? Like. So if you've ever been to Wisconsin Dells, you're welcome. I've blessed you.
That's nasty.
Never have I ever stole something.
Have I stolen something?
I have.
I have.
Now let me tell you guys something. I didn't mean to steal it. So this was probably when I was like 9 or 10 years old. My mom, my dad, and I went to Target. I seen this. I used to be infatuated with wrestling. So I seen this movie about wrestling, and we were gonna pay, and I was so into staring at the movie that I had it in my hand, forgot to put it on the thing, the little checkout thing, and I just walked out with it. And I felt so bad after, and when I told my parents, it was already too late. I was already home. So I was like, alright, whatever. Free movie.
Wow.
Good times.
But I have stolen. But I don't know if it counts or not. But it was young when I was younger. I forgot how old was I. But like I needed money, so I stole money from my mom. Like I took like at least $5 or something. It wasn't like so much money, but yeah. Never have I ever ate food that fell on the floor. I have.
Pretty sure everyone has.
I mean, everyone always says 5-second rule, so I mean.
True. Plus, we don't let food go to waste, as you can see. Never have I ever fell asleep in a movie theater.
I have.
Never have. Let me tell you guys a little story though. One time, while I was watching Spider-Man, can't remember which Spider-Man it was, but I was like 7 or 8 years old. They killed the Green Goblin, right? So, as a kid, I thought it was so sad. So I acted like I was sleeping because I was crying. So when my parents and everyone looked at me and tried to wake me up, I was eyes closed as tight as they could be because I didn't want anyone to say I was crying. True story.
Well, I actually fell asleep when we went to go watch a movie together.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was really tired, so like it was midway, halfway through the movie, it was almost over, and I don't know, it's because we were on those reclining seats, so I got so comfortable and like I ended up falling asleep, and he would wake me up, and like I remember like saying something, like talking a little bit, like mumbling, like yeah, like I'm not sleeping, but I did fall asleep.
I remember. I got you. We had the seats that recline, and they had temperature control.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
why I
could
fell
make
asleep.
them warm or cold. But I took her to watch this movie because I seen it and I was really into it. I wanted to watch it so bad. And I was sitting there all excited, and I see that she's sleeping. Kind of broke my heart.
I didn't mean to. I don't know. I was just tired and I fell asleep. Oh my god, next question. Okay, never have I ever gotten stitches. I have. I got stitches on my foot because I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, I do have the story time of that in my video on my channel if you want to see that. But yeah.
I have gotten stitches, and here's the story. I was young. I was still probably in Pampers. I thought I was Superman jumping on a mattress, and when I jumped, I had my little sippy cup on the floor. So I jumped in the air, lost my balance, fell off the mattress, smacked my head. I got the scar up here. Smacked my head on the tip of the sippy cup, the thing you swallow out of, drink out of.
Okay.
Whatever you do with it. And then busted me open. I had to go to the hospital and get some stitches, you know.
But mine hurt really, really bad. Like I felt it all through the whole time.
Never have I ever farted in public. I have, and I still do. Let me tell you guys. Every time I'm at work is so quiet. We don't have anyone to really talk to because I work in a warehouse. So it's dead silent and no one's around me at all. So when I have the opportunity and I feel my stomach bubbling, I just let it rip. Sometimes, you know, gotta risk it.
I have, but I didn't mean to do it. This was an accident. So I was in, where was I? I was in school, okay? So I was like walking in the hallway and like there was no one there. I was by myself, obviously. But what's it called? I had to fart really bad or whatever. And I was like holding it and I'm like, oh whatever, I can hold it in all day. So so then I was just walking and all of a sudden I felt something just like shoot out and like, but it wasn't loud. It was like those silent ones. And I thought it was loud and like all of a sudden I see someone coming around the corner and I was like, oh my god, is it like one of those like ones that smell or not? So I was scared. I was like, and I ran out of the hallway and I just like went back to my class.
Wow.
Never have I ever woken up and couldn't move. I have.
Never.
It's because it's not that I couldn't move my hands or like my upper body. It's just one day I woke up and like I don't know, out of nowhere I couldn't walk. Like I couldn't stand up on my own. I just couldn't walk and it was weird. I don't know what happened. I couldn't even go down the stairs. So my brother, I remember him carrying me down the stairs into his car, and I just remember going to the hospital. But then when I got out, like I felt like I started feeling my legs again a little bit. But I don't know, it was like weird. I just woke up and I couldn't walk.
Sometimes, well, let's be honest. There's days where I wake up because I can't move because I'm feeling lazy. But that don't count. I always feel lazy.
Moving.
Never have I ever tripped someone in public.
I have.
I have as well. So, this was in 7th grade. 7th grade, middle school. We were walking at the park. It was during gym. So we're all taking a walk around the park, doing a lap. And one of my friends throws me in a bush. Remember that, he threw me in the bush first. So, we're walking back to school. And we used to have like a guardrail, and he thought he was the coolest dude alive, and he tried to jump over it. So as he's jumping over it, when he's about to land, I put my foot out. So while he's in the air, I trip him from under, and he lands on his knees and his elbows, all that, and he got all scratched up. But remember, he did it first. so he deserved it.
Okay, so I remember I was walking with some of my friends home, and I don't know, we were just all walking, and I was bored and I didn't know what to do. So my friend was walking in front of me, so then I caught up to her, and like I pretended to trip. I don't know why. And then I stuck my foot out and she kept walking. I had tripped her and she fell. And I was laughing at her.
Damn, that's cold.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
At least when I tripped, I didn't laugh at my friend.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny when how the way she fell made it like she made it seem like it was all dramatic.
This girl's dangerous. If you guys ever see her in public, be careful. She might accidentally trip and trip you.
No, I wouldn't do that no more.
I would.
You better watch out with him then. Never have I ever challenged an animal to a fight. What do you mean by
have.
that? No.
Okay, well
Never.
then I guess I gotta say my story.
Okay.
This has happened to me multiple times. So, one time, outside my house there was a squirrel. Squirrel kept looking at me and tried to come up to me. I've never seen a squirrel not be scared of a human. This squirrel literally came walking up to me, and he like got up on 2 feet and just kept. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, so then I'm like, what? I'm like, you got a problem with me? And he just keeps staring at me. And I'm like, what's good? Like, you know, I don't know why I'm like, this dude's trying to like box with me or something. I'm like, come on, let's do it. Then they hit me. I'm like, man, this is an animal. Like, what am I doing? So I just acted like nothing, and I started walking away. And the dude's walking like with me. I'm like, I thought I had a new pet or something. So that's the first time. Second time is my dog.
Jet?
Yeah, Jet. You guys will probably see him in a later video, or I'll probably add him in a clip like right now. Hey, Jet. Yeah. He's a big dog, obviously. So obviously I always tell him, like, come on. And I go like this, and he jumps on me or whatever, and, you know, sometimes we let our aggression out on each other, you feel me? Like, at the end of the day, I love that dog and he loves me, but if I'm gonna throw hands with him, I will. Then the very last time I challenged an animal, her turtle.
Oh.
You guys seen him in the last video.
Ace.
Every time, like, you guys see my turtle. When I give my turtle a bath, he loves it. He's sitting there in the water.
Ants. I love ants.
But then when I grab hers, the dude won't even let me touch him. He's sitting there trying to bite me. Anytime, because I have a toothbrush just for them that I like scrub their shells. Dude freaking grabs the toothbrush, puts it in his mouth, and goes in his shell. So one time, I figured, oh, you know what? Let me see how hard he bites. That way, you know, I'm not as scared to, you know, go by his mouth. I let him bite my thumb. It was over with. Man, that is the very last time I will ever put my finger near a turtle's mouth. Because let me tell you, that mouth is like this big. But as soon as he pulled it in his shell, grabbed him, it was over with. She's lucky it's her turtle because it would have been over with.
I don't know. because like when we went the second time to go pick a different turtle, you know, he seemed like a good turtle, like a nice turtle. I don't know, I didn't know he was gonna be that aggressive. But yeah, I mean,
like literally, I just put my hand in the tank and he goes, shh, like.
he does the same thing with me.
Like I didn't know that. I thought I bought a turtle, not a snake. Like, what's
And
going
then
on?
his turtle peed on my hand one time.
Oh yeah, I trained him to do that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
He just pissed on my hand just to piss.
That's not true because when I pick him up, he doesn't pee, but you picked him up. Every time you pick him up, he pees.
He only peed one time. Every other time I picked him up, he never
And
peed.
she's only picked him up once, huh?
No, I haven't.
You're right. He spent the night at your house
Yeah.
one time, one day. Never have I ever knowingly worn a broken watch just for style.
I have.
I have as well. Go ahead, tell your story.
No, this was when I was young, and I had like those, you know, those like watches that you get, but they're like cartoon ones or whatever, like those little, like for little kids. So I had one of those, and I was like, man, I got a watch or whatever, but I didn't know how to work it, or like it didn't even move. The hand, like the hand didn't even move. So I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wear it and show people that I got a watch or something like that. And I don't know. I don't know what was going through my head wearing a watch that doesn't move or work.
Wow. See, my story is, this was probably 8th grade or freshman year. It was photo day. So, you know, I had to go all out. My mom button pressed, iron, did everything with my collared shirt. I walked in thinking I was, Mr. Suave Rico. So I walk in there and I was like, man, I gotta get something to match this outfit. So I put on my Armani Exchange watch. Didn't have a battery in it. So
Mood?
so everyone was like, man, that's a nice watch. They're like, what time is it? So I would go like this. I would look at my watch, and every classroom had a clock above the door. So I used to be like, and take a quick look at the clock. I'd be like, oh, you know, it's 12:30. They'd be like, oh man, that's awesome. Like, I didn't know that you were able to tell the time without things moving.
Oh my god, they noticed they were not moving?
Because they were looking at the watch. And I'm like, oh, you know what? It must be frozen or like, and I would flick it. And it wouldn't turn on. And then I would be like, oh, it must be that the battery's dead or something. It must have just died because it was working a while ago. Most embarrassing day of my life.
Never have I ever walked into a glass window. You walked into a glass window?
Yes. Let me explain. So I was with my grandma, my dad's mom, and we went to her husband's brother's house for like a barbecue, and they had the cleanest screen door I've ever seen in my life. So me and some of the kids were playing tag and hide and seek, and I was it, and I seen everyone running and they were sliding the door and closing it, but I didn't see that it was a screen door. So I was running. Next thing you know, boom, straight through. But I had to commit because obviously I didn't want the door to look stronger than me. So your boy was running full speed straight through the door. Like, I'm talking about, this is the door, this is me. Whole door on the floor.
Damn.
Everyone was sitting around there, and I real quick had to give that little look. My heart dropped. I'm telling you, everyone was just staring at me like. And I had to real quick be like, oh, I didn't see that it was a glass door. And of course I was younger, so everyone was like, oh, it's okay, it's okay.
When you're younger, everyone's like, oh, it's okay.
But I wonder if I was to do it now, what would happen?
How could you not see that glass window?
Let me tell you, that was the cleanest glass window I've ever seen. That usually when you look at a glass window, you know, you see like a fingerprint or something like that. No fingerprints whatsoever.
Those must be clean people then.
I swear to God, it wasn't even fair. Like, at least put some sort of like thumb mark on it or something, cause.
Oh, I never answered that question. I've never ran into like a glass window.
Must be nice.
But I have ran into a pole.
Never have I ever ate dog food. I have.
Never. I've never ate dog food.
Okay, well, here's my story. My uncle thought it was cool. You know, I was probably like 15. I was like a freshman, sophomore in high school. My uncle was like, if you eat this small piece of dog food, I'll give you $20. I looked at him, and at first I was like, man, nah, I can't do it. But then I'm like, $20 to eat a small thing? I was like, cool, let's get it. Threw it in my mouth, instant regret. My body wanted to spit it out so bad. I thought maybe dog food would taste like, you know, it says like chicken or something. Thought maybe it really tasted like chicken, but it turns out it tastes like, how can I explain this?
It smells so weird, like.
It tastes like it smells.
For real?
Yep.
Ew.
And then the other time was we took my dog to Petco to get him some toys and some stuff like that. She knows the story.
Oh my god.
And my mom thought it was cool to buy him like a treat bag, but the treat bag had Oreos and stuff in it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, dogs can't eat Oreos. And she's like, it's not for dogs. So I look and I'm like, she's like, it's not for humans. It is for dogs. So I grabbed the Oreo and I'm looking at it and I smell it and it's a real Oreo. So I wait till she's looking away and I take a bite out of it. I'm like, this tastes just like an Oreo. So she looks at me and I'm making sure she's looking at me and I just throw the whole thing in my mouth, start chewing on it. I tell you what, if that was a dog treat, Jet would have been blessed to eat that one because that was an Oreo. It tasted just like one, looked just like one, and it was so delicious.
That's gross.
To this day, I still think it was a real Oreo. I don't think it was for dogs, but
I don't get it. Like, I walked in my room one time because I obviously have like my dog's treats sometimes in my room because he's usually with me. And I walked in there and I look at the bag and I'm like, why is it half empty? Well, turns out my dad had ate it. He thought it was like snacks, like, because you know, I usually always have snacks or something, and he thought it was like a snack. It was for humans. So he said he took a whole like handful of them and ate them, and he was feeding my dog too. They were both eating the treats, and I was like, he's like, well, I mean, they tasted really good. And I was like, oh my god.
You just gotta get the right trick.
They were
the right treat.
The bacon ones. The bacon strips.
Oh, no.
That's what he ate, and I was like, oh my god, and they smell nasty.
Yep.
I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
I wonder what they taste like.
That's my dad. He said it tasted amazing.
Maybe a challenge?
Nope. Not me. You can do it. Next question is, never have I ever been on TV.
I have.
I don't know. Have I? No. It's not even a question. I've never been on TV. I want to be on TV.
Alright guys, I've been on TV 2 times. So, the first time I was on TV was the Chicago Fire game. Me and my friends were sitting in the front row for my birthday, and the cameraman came past by us. We lost it. We were on TV screaming, jumping, doing everything. Second time was at a White Sox game. At the White Sox game, it was me and 2 of my friends. So we brought a giant Chicago flag, and we've been wanting to get. We've gone to every single opening day except for this year because this whole thing kind of killed it.
Yep.
No,
We can't do nothing.
it is what it is. Anyways, so after, well, back to the story. So we've been trying. It's like the 7th inning. We're sitting there like it's not gonna happen. So the camera starts showing all the fans, and we're like, this is our chance. So we get up and we put the flag as high as we can. We go all the way to the top of the stadium and just hang it. Next thing you know, we look, we're on the big screen. Never have I ever met a celebrity I have.
Never.
So I've actually met, let me think. I've met players on the Harlem Globetrotters. I've met players on the Chicago Fire. I've met MLB players, certain MLB players like Danny Jansen, players on the White Sox. Might add some photos, probably right here.
Boom.
Might add a video. Alright, next question.
That was it?
Yeah, because this is where I put the photos and stuff.
Okay, next question is, never have I ever thrown up on someone. I have.
I have. Man, I've done a lot of things.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, so this one time, right? I was really sick. This was when I was still like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the name of the medicine is, but my family and I call it the white medicine. If you hear us say the white medicine, you know what I'm talking about, because as soon as I say it, me and my brother, it's over with. We start, it's one of the most disgusting tasting medicines in the world.
What kind of medicine is that?
I don't know what it's for, but usually we get it when when we have like serious cold or something.
Mm-hmm. Does it work for coronavirus?
I don't know. Let's find out. So, my mom was giving it to me, and I already knew how bad it tasted. So I was sitting there kind of like, man, I know that I'm going to feel so sick after this. So real quick, usually, when she would give me medicine, she would go slow. But she knew I hated it, so she went fast.
Ooh.
And I swallowed it all at once. Literally, like a minute later, I just stared at her in her eyes. And she's like, "What's wrong?" And let me tell you, that was the most puke I've ever seen come out of my body. All over her lap, on her shirt. Oh my God. And then, what was worse was I seen the throw up. After I seen the throw up, basically I threw up again.
That's what happened to me.
Oh, don't ever give me that white medicine.
So this was when I was in elementary school. So I was sick that day, and my mom still sent me to school. Obviously, she didn't care. She didn't care if I was sick or not. She was like, "You're still going." She gave me some medicine in the morning and said, "Okay, go." So she took me to school. We got to school, and at the beginning, I told the teacher, I'm not feeling good. Can I go to the nurse's office? And she's like, "No, you're probably faking it. You're not sick." So I was like, "Okay." And my stomach was killing me. It was hurting so bad. And I was like, "Oh my God, my stomach hurts." So I had this little yogurt bottle, like those yogurts that you drink, like a smoothie thing. So I drank it to see if that would help. And I still didn't feel good. So I told the teacher again, "Can I please go to the nurse office? Or can I go to the bathroom? I don't feel good." And she was like, no, you may not. So I was like, oh my God, okay, fine. So I go back, take a seat. Then we all line up because I think we're going to gym. So when we're walking and we're about to step down the stairs, there's a girl in front of me. I threw up all on back of her, in her hair, all on back of her shirt and everything. I threw up, and then the teacher looked at me. She's like, oh, you weren't lying. And I was like, no, duh. If I told you I was sick and I wanted to throw up or something, you didn't let me go to the bathroom. So I ended up throwing on this girl. I ended up throwing up on this girl. And after that, she didn't talk to me. She didn't talk to me anymore because I had thrown up on her. But I'm like, it's not my fault. It just all came out. It didn't, like, I was trying to hold it in as best as I can, but I couldn't hold it anymore. So I threw up on her. And everyone in class is just, like, looking at me like, ew. Like, everyone was looking at me, and some people were like trying to hold in their pukes, because you know when you look at someone throw up, you want to puke too.
Yeah.
So that's what they were doing, and I was like, oops.
Yeah, I wouldn't have talked to you for the rest of the year either.
And then after that, she ended up forgiving me. But yeah, that's what happened. At this time, I actually kind of don't feel bad for throwing up on her. But oh well. Anyways.
Is it your turn or my turn?
I think that was the last question.
Yep. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe.
Turn on your post notification bells so you get notified every time we post a new video.
Share this with your dog, your friend, your teacher, your classmates, your
turtles, your monkeys. I don't know, whatever pet you have.
Share this with the zoo, because that's where we kind of, belong.
Oh my God, now that I look at it, since you said that in the video, the last video we uploaded, I do have a big head.
Told you. For those of you guys who don't know, the reason that my head looks the same size as hers is because there's something behind me that's keeping me pushed forward. She's actually sitting
I'm sitting back.
And I'm telling you, you guys don't believe me, but
we switched spots because my head looked so big. Like, my face was closer to the camera than his. His was like over here. Mine was like all the way over here.
Put it this way: if she sat where I'm sitting, her forehead would be like this. Yeah, but it's okay because it's fun because I get to
smack my hand.
Snatch it.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one,
which is tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure that you guys stay safe, wash your hands, do what you gotta do during this pandemic.
Don't go outside unless you really need to go to a store, like to get groceries or something. Other than that, make sure to stay home and not get sick.
Comment what you want us to do in the next video, okay? Well, the next video, because the next video we already have planned.
Yeah.
So after,
you can comment what you want to see, or if you want us to do like a prank or something, you can either message one of us and whoever you want the prank to be on, and we'll do it.
And don't forget to follow us on our new social media accounts. Peace.